All right. Okay. So whenever you will.
All right. So let's talk about. Um, so basically, we're going to talk about the different people that were inspired you for your book, Duppy.
The different.
You
The
read
different.
with yourself?
All right. You want to know about the different people that inspired me for my book,
Right.
Duppy. Duppy, you read what you saw.
Yes. So I'm looking at your list of people that you listed here. So let's talk about each one. The first one is Nancy.
You want me to talk about Nancy?
Yes.
Okay.
So how was she part of the book? How did she, or what part did she play as far as the development of your book or inspiration of the book?
Nancy is my ride or die friend since 1984. And, and in terms of how she helped me launch the book, she pretty much knows about Duppy from the inception of it, from, when it came forth, you know what I mean? Like, she's always, she's been around there. How she was inspiring to me was like, just giving me that listening ear, because when I was writing it, I was in that place, it came out of it came from a suicide attempt, and so she knows about all of that, and she, through life's ups and downs.
Okay, who was she thinking?
Well, she's my she likes mi comadre. Comadre means my co-parent. She's my my oldest goddaughter's mother.
Okay, and how did you say she inspired you? You said she was there?
She was there. Nancy's been in my life since 1984.
Okay.
So, she's in from pretty much every day.
Okay.
To now.
So what could she, like, if I wanted to find out about her, what could she, about, like, if I wanted to interview her, what things does she tell me about the book?
Because you're gonna want everyone to speak candidly about it. She can definitely. Nancy can, tell you what my life has been like since 1984, whatever you want to know about me. She's the one that I'm most safe with when it comes to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said she was there since the inception.
Absolutely. Okay. Yes, she knows all about the novel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
We just rehearsed. People tuning into this live stream. What's good?
So is she someone that I'll be able to contact?
She will be able to contact Nancy, absolutely, and she'll be open to working with you.
All right, so let's go to the next person.
Laverne Harris Anderson. Miss Harris, Mrs. Anderson, she is she's a very good friend of mine. She's a loyal supporter of Ronald Haynie. She knows me as an orator. As an author, how she can help is she owned her own bookstore in the Bronx, Books in the Hood. And,
What's the name of the bookstore?
and I think they're still in business. I have to find out from them. And Mrs. Anderson, she owned Books in the Hood in the Bronx. And we just have to contact them.
Okay.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So my fault. Well, this is a rehearsal.
Yeah,
The thing about Mrs. Anderson now, because she was Miss Harris at the time, she remembers. She should remember, when I came through the doors. She knows me as an orator, because I also do Martin Luther King in English and Spanish, and she basically, she'll be able to. She could tell you how driven I am, about publishing the book and everything, because I met some valuable contacts through her who had their own publishing company, like they were going to publish the third draft of the novel at the time, and they encouraged me to write the fourth draft, which is what's been published, but unfortunately it wasn't with their company. But Mrs. Anderson knows about them, so she can tell you how driven I was. Okay. And I still am, like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go on to the third one.
Yeah.
Devon Harris.
Devon Harris is Mrs. Anderson's son. He can give you a real my man Divine, he could definitely let you know you're Ronnie, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could tell you, like, oh, that dude, he's a beast when it comes to literary, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was him, his mother or himself, were they, like, how long, when did they appear in your book? When did they know about your book?
They knew about the novel when it was already had been in its. I was well on my way to making the third draft of it. The third draft. I needed another draft. I mean, they knew about. I had the third draft already, and I was dying for a publisher. You know what I'm saying? Self-publishing had become hot, pretty much by that time, but at that time, I was more one that was leaning toward needing to have a publishing house and or a literary agent, like that, or a literary agent. That's what I was like. I still wanted to have a literary agent or a publishing house behind the book. You know what I mean? And through Divine and his mom, Mrs. Anderson now, I was able to meet a company, it was black owned, and they had said they were going to publish me. They liked the material.
Okay.
And they encouraged me to go through the novel with a fine-tooth comb because they were going to go and put the work out. And then what happens is, fortunately but unfortunately, the fourth draft took me a little longer than expected, and the novel picked up more. Life experience, because a lot had happened with me in my life between the third draft and the fourth draft. Okay, and it was over a course of about 10 years, if you will. Yes.
Really? No.
Okay. So basically, she was helping you try to publish the book.
Yeah. Well, these get contacts and everything like that. It was a wonderful bookstore. And I believe that they are still in business. I have to. Well, we're going to get in touch with them.
All right, so let's go with the fourth one. Richard Wesley.
Richard Wesley. Richard Wesley. I don't know no Richard Wesley. No, Richard Wesley, oh man. Mr. Wesley. Richard Wesley is an accomplished playwright to begin with, out of Newark, New Jersey. He's been in arts and entertainment for many years. Mr. Wesley had wrote a play once called A Talented Tenth. It's a notable piece. I know you've heard of it. Richard Wesley also went on to fame and fortune as the screenwriter of the cult classic Uptown Saturday Night, starring Sidney Poitier and Bill Cosby, and the movie was such a success that he went on to. What part did he play? He's the playwright. What part did he play? We wrote the damn thing. Richard Wesley, he wrote Uptown Saturday Night. So when you hear names like Biggie Smalls, like they had, Biggie Smalls, God rest him, got his name from that script because Richard Wesley created that name, and the movie was such a hit that they rehired him for the sequel, which was Let's Do It Again, with a hot soundtrack with the Staple Singers. I know you remember. Everybody should remember that. But that Richard Wesley, very instrumental, one of the greatest mentors I've ever had. And he gave a quote in the novel. He's one of the 5 quotes in the beginning of the book. I think I should have listed the people that gave the quotes, right? For the book, right? Like, what's wrong with me? Not necessarily? Okay. Yes.
Besides quoting in your book, what else did you read?
Huh? Say again?
Besides quoting in your book, what else did he contribute to the book?
Moral support. Whenever I need Richard Wesley, he's around. He's always out there. He came to the first book signing. Now, a huge party, thanks to some good brothers. I know monologues, but I don't want to go all over the place with this.
So was he there for the process?
Absolutely. Well, anytime I need to call him, Richard Wesley was most instrumental during the time when I was simultaneously writing the novel and the screenplay at the same time. You know what I mean? He was very instrumental because I joined the Black Filmmaker Foundation, and Richard Wesley was having a screenwriting class, and I was in that, and he gave the screenplay the first push, but the novel was being written as well. And, he loved the screenplay at the time, and which, the screenplay was inside of the novel per se. Again, I wrote it simultaneously at the same time. And so, he just was always, Ron, you could do this, you can do this, you can do this.
So basically it was more for support, encouragement.
And he taught me how to write screenplays. Well, I knew how to write teleplays as a child anyway, you know what I'm saying? So he basically, Richard Wesley, as a I was in his screenwriting class again, and nowadays he's a chair at NYU, in the NYU Tisch School of the Arts.
But he didn't, just so I'm clear, did he have any direct
with the novel?
Yes.
The novel, just in terms of encouragement, because he really was around with me for the screenplay aspect of it all, which ultimately became an award-winning radio drama.
All right. All right, so let's move to the next one. Demetrius Bullock.
Demetrius Bullock. I gotta laugh at that name. Who was Demetrius Bullock? Demetrius Motion Bullock. my high school mate who drew the cover for the novel.
High school what now?
My high school mate, like he's he's a friend and brother from high school who drew the cover of the novel, and when I went on to write the stage play, because that came later in 2000, Demetrius, he played the title role in the stage play like 20 different times, and
What was the name of the title?
of the stage play, DUPPY itself. Yeah, DUPPY. Based on the novel, DUPPY, You Reap What You Sow. Yes.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Oh man, you're going to interview him. So,
Okay.
yeah, ultimately, yeah. He's very, well, what can I tell you about Demetrius? So currently, he's a great guy. He and his youngest son, Bryce, they have their own comic book company, and they're publishing comic books now. And his son, Bryce is 10. He's a young author of Daddy Long Legs and the Inchworm. and when they do a cartoon, I want a voice. No, but I'm being an author now, right? Yeah.
So, all right. I think I have enough about him. So, what about Karen Penniman?
Karen Penniman, if I can get in touch with her, she typed up the very first manuscript. So, because I wrote the entire novel longhand, and and I thought that I could just walk right up in Barnes and Nobles at the time with those spiral notebooks, and just go right ahead and get published from there. I didn't have a clue, and so she and I paid for her to do it, but still it needed to be done. She typed up the very first manuscript.
How do you know her?
I met Karen Penniman through, I think ads and papers and things like that at the time. Because, I was involved in, over the years, it's always a writer's workshop. It's a this, it's a that to get into. And
So you know her
ads.
before your novel?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This is not at all. I didn't know her. I didn't know her from a can of paint, man.
So you found out about her through basically looking for somebody to help you.
I needed someone to type it up because I had a man about publishing my book.
Okay. So
Yes.
she was the person.
Yeah,
Okay.
so she typed up my first manuscript. The first draft of the novel was 566 pages. Double space, 8.5 by 11. One-sided like that. You know what I mean? That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sojourner to Allah?
Sojourner to Allah. Toya, she directed she directed, and you know who Toya is. Yeah, and Toya directed the novel trailer in 2015. Mwah, to Sojourner to Allah when you see this. And
This is for the play. Or
she directed the novel trailer.
okay, so there was a trailer for the novel.
Yes,
Okay, where is
in
that?
2015.
Okay.
It-
No. Listen to what I'm saying.
Nah. It's a shame that there's no gray area with me. It's either super duper nice or I'm ready to kick you.
So where can this trailer be located, sir?
YouTube,
Yeah?
on my channel. I have a YouTube channel. Okay,
Okay. We need to talk about that.
we will.
All right. So, all right. Okay. What else did she? Anything else?
Sojourner through Allah is part of the team, baby.
Okay. Well, I'm talking in regards to the DUPPY book. So you said she was the director.
She read the entire novel within 4 days,
Okay.
and that's made me want to hire her to do a trailer. I never did a trailer. I mean, why not push the book with a novel trailer? It was these people were doing things like that.
And how do you know her?
Like, how do you?
So, Toya Sojourner to Allah is my cousin's friend from junior high school.
And how did you meet her?
She's my cousin's friend from junior high school.
We'll talk.
Because I know this is a rehearsal, but how did I meet her? She used to be at my cousin's house, and they were children, and I was a grown man. Even then, I'm older than everybody now. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
That's telling me how you married. Because I'm sure your friend, your cousin's friend, could have had all kinds of other friends.
No, that's not true. Facts. Okay.
So, all right. Let's see. Let's move on. Who we got there? David Wright.
David Wright. He directed the radio drama that we won an award. Okay, now let me tell you, the radio drama was the screenplay version of Duppy, which is based on a novel, Duppy, You Reap What You Sow. And and he, David Wright, was working. He had a radio show over WBAI FM, that's 99.5 talk radio in New York, and he read the screenplay, and he wanted to do it, and so, and we did it twice the year in 1996, and he submitted the second broadcasting of it because we had shortened it down. The original broadcast ran in 2 parts. And I remember, back then you really couldn't curse on the air and do things, and we got into trouble with the FCC and everything. But then we went on to get an award, the 1997 Federation of Community Broadcasters Special Merit Award, which was the 3rd place. And that's something else that made me not want to give up on the idea at all. And then, because at the same time, the novel sat, and it sat, and it sat. Okay? Well, no, let me be fair to myself, because I was querying literary agents left and right. I have a stack of no letters as big as you. You know what I mean? And you're big. You's a tall mother. You's a big motherfucker. David and Goliath, man. Now, but anyway, yeah. Be like, well, but no, I was querying literary agents and and buying a writer's market every year and all that, and it was a little rough, but at the same time, a novel, that's what I mean by it sat and sat and sat. And by that time, I didn't start drafting it yet, I don't think. but then we had did the screenplay. And we won that award for WBAI, for the 1997 Federation of Community Broadcasters Award, while the novel sat, and then, so life and its peaks and valleys and stuff. But then, I wrote a stage play version of it too. But anyway, about your names on your list, so we can keep this moving. I think I'm on Facebook. I did do the Facebook Live thing. It's just a rehearsal, people. If you've been tuning in, thank you for tuning in. I'm going to shout you back out.
Robert Flocker.
Robert Flocker. Rapping Flock is my boy from high school who bought... He purchased 3 novels from me kind of recently. And it means a lot to me. I knew Flocker. He says since the 9th grade. I think it's the 10th grade. You know what I'm saying? But Flocker says he knew me in 9th grade. So if you knew me in 9th grade, Rapping Flock, it's all good. But I remember 10th grade. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so besides purchasing 3 novels, does he have any other influences?
He remembers, because I think, I remember he said, he claims that he remembered when I was writing it on papers and newspapers and different things like that. So, I mean, and then for him to actually hold a tangible book, it was like, wow, yo, son, you know what I'm saying? Yo, you did this. I love Robert Flocker, Rapping Flock. That's my man. You know what I'm saying? You know me from high school, and you decided to buy 3 books. I'm waiting on that Amazon review, Flocker. But other than that,
Okay.
That's my man, Rapping Flock.
You said he remember when you was writing a novel.
Well, he should. I mean, I would believe so.
Okay.
Uh huh.
All right.
Fire.
And Crystal Wise.
Crystal Weiss. That's my cousin Crystal. Her grandmother and my grandfather was cousins. That's first cousins like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said this is your cousin?
That's my cousin. That's my big cousin, born and raised in Harlem. She is. She's not in Harlem no more. 52nd Street.
So tell me. That's you?
No, that's my phone. That's actually me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So go on.
So tell me about her.
Well, this is my cousin. Oh, well, nah, yeah. But she, in regards to the book, Crystal, well, cousin Chris, she's supportive of the novel. Like I said, it always sat, and but she's very much in tune with the. She could be in tune with the radio drama and screenplay, screenplay becoming a radio drama, but she really knows a lot about the play, the stage play. She's seen it several times. A lot of people saw the stage play. A lot of people even tell me, we didn't know you wrote a book. The play came from the book. The radio drama came from this novel that I couldn't find a publisher for.
Okay, what part?
I had to publish it myself.
What part did you say she played in regards to the stage play?
Huh?
What part did you say she played again?
She frequented the stage play pretty much, and she's brought friends and other friends of hers. She's a court reporter,
So she's
very supportive of the stage play. She's supportive of me to this day. She knows Demetrius Motion Bullock personally. She's supported his graphic arts company. He's drawn things for her. We're all a family. We're all a family, but she's my cousin.
Okay, so moving on to the next one.
Yes.
Ivor Peters.
How do we know Ivor Peters?
They close in about 15 minutes.
About 15 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
So we're pretty good on the time.
Yeah, all right. Because we about to wrap this up anyway. So, yeah. Well, go on, wrap it up. All right, cool. I'm trying to, we know how we know Ivor Peters. Ivor Peters played a part in the, and he's in the novel trailer. He's the Patrick Livingston in the novel trailer. So to be someone who's
Do you
just
have that on your list?
come into my life.
As far as
You
on
know,
the list?
yeah, this probably falls in the category more footage about Ronald Haynie can be found on the Ronald Haynie YouTube channel. That's probably falls, because it's a lot. It's a lot. I got all kind of.
So it's on the list that you told me?
It's not on the list for the actors reel, no. But it's on the, but it's in the email. You'll be able to get to that.
Okay.
If you look at the, then you'll be able to oh, okay. You'll see the novel trailer. But Ivor Peters,
I'm saying he played one of the characters.
he portrayed the character of Patrick Livingston in the Patrick Livingston is Jamaican in the book. His family, Ivor Peters' character, Patrick Livingston, the main character, Dwayne Carter, finds out about DUPPYs from Patrick Livingston, and Patrick Livingston is Ivor Peters.
I got you. Okay.
Model turned actor, Ivor Peters. Yes.
Okay. Anything else that he provided besides the
Just a recent great friend of mine.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's talk about Kevin Gonzalez.
Kevin Gonzalez was in the stage play, and he came to the book party. And Kev can tell you how I'm horrible when it comes to directing in terms of, not that I'm a bad director or a co-actor, but, it's kind of rough to work. I could be rough to work with at times,
So, what part did he play as far as the stage person?
Kevin Gonzalez portrayed, in hindsight, Kevin was in the shows. Kevin Gonzalez acted with me in the stage version of Duppy from 2000 to 2002. Okay? From 2000 to 2002, Kevin Gonzalez was a character in the stage plays. Okay? He portrayed, he did two characters, a dual role. He was a police officer and he was also EMS. As EMS, yes, as a police officer, he's called to the house to investigate the elder abuse that's going on at the home. And as EMS, he pronounces the character Al Carter dead. And, because, the novel itself targets elderly abuse, intercultural racism, and, of course, Caribbean supernatural folklore with Duppys.
Wait, I missed what you just said.
Okay. All right. The last one before we have to hang it up.
Yeah.
Lionel Liberty.
Lionel Liberty has given me my greatest Amazon review, and he read the whole novel. He's a good friend of mine, and I went to college with his kid sister. She's not a kid anymore. Louisa's not a kid anymore. She's a happily married lady. Hey, Louisa, if you get a chance to see this. And Lionel is a very good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine. Gave me a fantastic Amazon review. Thank you so much.
Okay. Actually, some please look like you got one more. Anything else to add? That's it, right?
That's it. Thank you for this.
All right, hold on. We got one time for one more. Tom Coker.
Tom Coker. Pretty much in the same boat. Tom Coker is a recent friend. My practical life. Okay. He and Lionel were part of my practical life. Like that. So, but they're part of my life as an author as well, outside of the practical life.
Okay.
They're very much part of my artistic life. I read Tom Coker's book, the longer. Oh, God. I got my boy in Detroit, Derek. Derek always say he got CRS, can't remember, and so I think I'm getting that CRS. Anyway, Tom Coker, I read his novel, and and he, and I owe him an Amazon review. Amazon wouldn't let me do it. Like Derek tried to give me an Amazon review because Derek claimed he read my book, and he couldn't do it either. So I guess that happens. Both Derek and I have to order more products off of Amazon in order to do this, and But yeah, Tom Coker, I read his book. He read mine. As a matter of fact, we have to,
okay.
you know, Tom, we have to go and investigate my novel now because we even went and hung out to where his novel was based in the bar, where it was based and everything, about a serial killer at that kind of comedy. And so anyway, so now we're going to go around the way and, you know, and investigate my novel coming up. But Tom Coker, a very good friend of mine.
Okay, so let's leave it like that, and
All right.
we'll continue this probably tomorrow.
All right. Well, we continue this tomorrow. If you tuned into this live stream, that's a good look. You know, I wanted to, you know, thank you very much. And this is Ronald Haynie, and tonight I'm examining, well, this is a rehearsal, a draft for my the examination of me as an author, because I am an author, an actor, and an orator. So thank you very much for tuning in, and shout out to everybody out there who tuned in. Okay, and you know, stay tuned. You know, I'm gonna holler back at you. If I didn't get a chance to wave, it's not that I didn't want to wave at you. All right, thank you for tuning in. Got something in store for you.